Hello and welcome to the podcast. I want to be your host today, Eli Tanner. And man, what a week it's been from last podcast to episode 4 here today. It's been interesting. It's been up and down. It's been just not for me, but people across the nation, from the college football playoffs to college basketball to NFL fans. We know a lot of NFL fans, to even NBA fans going on. And it's, like I said in the last episode, not really NBA season. But I will say this: I will say that it's been an interesting week, especially for me. Clemson didn't play this weekend for football. Clemson basketball played. That wasn't pretty. On Sunday I watched the top 12 playoff teams go out, and I'm just going to say it. It's probably what I would have chose if I was in that room. And it's sad to hear that we don't get Notre Dame, but they deserve it. We'll get to college football. We'll get to maybe some middle school basketball, some drama between middle school basketball and high school basketball locally. We'll get to national sports headlines. But let's start off with the top 12. Let's start off episode 4 of the Eli Show. So when it comes to the top 12, we have, we of course have Ohio State, Indiana, those top 4 teams. They're pretty plain. They're simple. And if you don't know what the top 12 teams, like a lot of fans I've known, I've talked to, it's basically the top at the end of the season. It's a 12-game season, and then each conference has a championship. The winner of the conference championship gets a bid into the playoffs, but only the top five champions of each conference, which means the best record of it. Now this year, as many people around college football know, the ACC winner was Duke. They are a 5-loss team, so they did not make the playoffs. Instead, we have Tulane and James Madison, JMU. And many people are disappointed, especially with Notre Dame. See, with Notre Dame, is what happened was there's 3 basically teams on the edge. First of all, we have Alabama, we have Miami, and then we have Notre Dame. Now, Alabama's SEC. They made the SEC championship and lost 28-7 to Georgia. Pretty big victory, but the committee said we're not going to punish someone for being the best in their conference, because that would make no sense. Why would you punish someone for playing an extra game? And then you have Notre Dame, which is the second number right there, the second team, and they did not make the ACC. But here's the key stat: Miami beat Notre Dame, and that third team's Notre Dame. Notre Dame's not in a conference. And that's why many fans of Notre Dame are saying it's not fair, because they don't get a conference game to play in. And yet 29 of their athletic sports are in the ACC. Yet they've refused to be in the ACC for football only, basketball, baseball. All these other sports are in the ACC. And Notre Dame fans are saying, we wanted a conference. The coach saying it's not fair because we didn't get to play an extra game. But in the end, it begins from the start of the season. Miami beat Notre Dame in a winning field goal, I do believe. And that was the difference in the game. And that was the difference in the playoffs. Notre Dame's out. Notre Dame said, no, we're not going to do a bowl game. They declined a bowl game. Yes, you can do that. And so the top 12 is set. First round, I think it's in 2 weeks. This weekend is the Heisman. In that one, it's stupid. I think it should be Diego Pavio. I'm not going to get on a whole train about Vanderbilt because, like I said, could be one of the best schools for sports. And if you want to go to a good school, go down to Vanderbilt. But we're talking about some bowl games. South Carolina, in the past 10 years, and I read this somewhere. I don't know how accurate it is. In the past 10 years, South Carolina has only had made 5 bowl games. 5 bowl games. In the past 21 years, Clemson has made a bowl game. Dabo's never not made a bowl game. Even in 2010, they had a losing record. I don't know if I said this or not. Had a losing record, but still made a bowl game. They play against Penn State in what I see as one of the worst bowls. It's in the Yankee Stadium, but a good bowl game's at the beach in Florida, in California, in Hawaii, possibly Myrtle Beach. Who wants to go up north to New York to with a bunch of tourists when it's freezing cold, probably snowing, probably like 0 degrees outside, in a baseball stadium where it's nice, but you might be hitting a mound or a base while you're playing? And another one of these things is, I've talked about this last time, I don't like bowl games, but I think Chris Denson's going to show out. And I forgot what it was, but I think it's been 10 years. Clemson has won a post game the past 10 years. That counts ACC championship, bowl games, playoffs. Past 10 years. Remember, they made bowl games all those 10 years, and they've won. At least one in the playoffs again. We've won 2 national championships these past 10 years, and yet South Carolina's barely gotten 5 winning seasons. Shows you how to build a program, not a team to watch for half the year and then just quit. That's what South Carolina fans are feeling. Now, I'll tell you what, let's get to some NFL. A little bit of action, but again, I don't watch a ton of NFL. My Jags won. I beat the Colts. That was really a mark. 9-4 now, the Jags, looking like they're going to make the playoffs against the Colts. And I'm sad to say this, but the Chiefs, they lost. My prediction, first episode, if y'all been since the first episode, I encourage you to go back. But if y'all been since the first episode, y'all would know that I said Chiefs are going to find a way to make the playoffs, find a way to possibly make the Super Bowl. And guess what? I'm now the laughing stock. The laughing stock. Why would I say that? And my mom after said, they're not even going to make the playoffs, it looks like. And you come 4 weeks later, and they lost to the Texans at home. I think I'm just going to say this. The Chiefs dynasty, it's over. The Arrowhead, it's over. Move on from Andy Reid. This is a hot take. If you move on from Andy Reid, you keep Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, just might as well say goodbye. Taylor Swift fans, say goodbye. That's not helping y'all win games. But I'm telling you this. If y'all start a new team with Patrick Mahomes and a younger, more, I'll say better at play calling than Andy Reid, then you guys would be a so much better team. And talk to the Chiefs fans especially. Y'all would be a better team. Y'all would go back to the Super Bowl. But I'm looking and I'm watching this team, and it's not the same team. And a lot of teams have caught back up. So you got to go a step above each team. And that's how they were making it to the Super Bowl. That's how they were winning a lot of games. So they're beating close games because they were a step above. They knew what to watch for in the teams. And the Chiefs, I feel like, don't have that this year. And you got to look at the organization right there. The organization starts at the bottom, the top, and then Andy Reid right there. Then you get above that, just above that. And you can really, really see you might need to change something up. I'm not trying to be mean after all y'all Super Bowl wins. Possibly they could have got 3 in a row, just couldn't finish on the Eagles. And the Eagles are looking good this year. A lot of good teams. Not a lot of great teams, a lot of good teams. Playoffs are coming up. And I'll tell you what, Panthers, that's the closest team to us. A little bit of a fan of them. And I'll say they might creep away with a playoff, but they have to. Their last 3 games they played Buccaneers. I've said this already, but it's going to be a close one between them and the Buccaneers. Falcons are out. Don't even know that last team in the division because, well, it's usually the last team is Panthers or Falcons, and this year Panthers are one of the top. Now let's move on to, college basketball. And I was just watching, if you guys didn't watch, BYU versus Clemson. It was a great game. I only watched the past 5 minutes. I had a basketball game. Go on to that later. But I'll tell you what, those last few minutes of the game were crazy. Clemson was winning by 22 going into halftime. BYU, biggest comeback in program history in the second half when losing by 22. Came back. There's a minute and 10. BYU looking like they're going to finish out. Literally, they are beating Clemson by 6 with a minute and 10 on the foul line. Misses it. A quick three-pointer, and now it's a three-point game again. BYU makes one free shot, misses the other, and then we got a quick two-pointer. Get that guy. Now there's around, I forget how much time was on the clock. I think around 20 seconds, and they foul immediately. And then they miss the first one. Fast rebound by Clemson. They throw it down. Dylan Hunter, a great job right there. He goes, gets a clean layup, ties the game up. This is in Madison Square Garden in New York, where Clemson's going to play in a few weeks. Sorry, losing my voice a little bit. But then he comes in there. It's silent now. 9 seconds on the clock. BYU calls a timeout. Clemson then calls another timeout. So long break. They go in. They dribble it down. Timeout. 2 seconds left. A lot of time off the clock. The announcers said there's not really enough time. This is a tie game. 64-64. Remember the score. 64-64. And then they get in. Hits the ball. It's a stack, it looks like. Goes outside. Pass it. Gets it. Shot. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to give y'all a scene. Makes the three on the buzzer. 67-64. Crazy shot. And then it was crazy dog pile. And that was a great game. Biggest comeback. Now we're going to go to high school basketball. Fountain Inn, Hillcrest. I'm going to go pretty quick for this one. But they're still ongoing. I don't know if Fountain Inn should investigate this one. And Greenville County should. They're winning, I think, by 1. And they make a fast layup. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Hillcrest, no timeouts. They get the inbound. Throw it down court. He jumps up, catches it, shoots it, misses it. But clock never started. So then the Hillcrest guy gets it and shoots it in right at the buzzer. The clock, whoever was doing the clock did not start until the second person touched the ball, which is illegal. Once the first person touches the ball on offense, the clock should start. He missed it. That would be at least 4 seconds, and it was only 2 seconds on the shot clock. On the game clock. Makes it in, and that scorekeeper, whoever doing the clock, came out and started yelling at the coaches, a little pushing and shoving. It's a whole mess. Going on Facebook, going Fountain Inn or Simpsonville page. People throwing videos out. But I'll finish up with hitting my heart personally. Ralph Chandler basketball. Ralph Chandler boys basketball. It's been back and forth. First game of the season, a day after the podcast. This is what really made me mad. It was the day. Thursday, first game, Hughes. Pretty big crowd there. We're winning back and forth, losing by 10 going into halftime. Second half, we're explosive. We get it. And then with 20 seconds, Will Kinniger, a great shot from about the volleyball line, not half court, about 10 feet ahead of that. Great shot, 20 seconds, swooshes in, crowd goes crazy, timeout. Then Hughes comes up with the play. They pass the ball in, miss first one, get the rebound somehow, passes the ball. 1 second on the clock. It was a Trae Young shot, made it in on the buzzer beater. A lot of people thought he touched the line, watched the video. No, they make it in. Hughes wins. We have a game yesterday. This is why I didn't do the podcast. We had a game yesterday against Hillcrest. It was a crazy. We were winning. First 10 seconds, 5 up. 5-0. And then downhill from there. Good first half. Second quarter was okay. And then that last, we got demolished that second half. We wanted it, but they were bigger. They were better than us. But tomorrow, we play Hillcrest Middle. This is going to be revenge after last year's game. Well, that's going to be it Thanks for watching episode 4 of the podcast. I'm Eli Tanner, and goodbye.